Today we're taking a look at the Viking disc Thor. It is an 11502. It is extremely flat topped. Got a the rim doesn't feel as thick as the speed says to me, but with how shallow it is, it does feel a little bit uncomfortable for the power grip. We're going to give this a couple of throws. Never thrown any of the Viking disc stuff before. Let's see if lightning can strike on some of these. Let's jump into the field and air it out. First throw, worst throw. That went pretty far. Okay, so I've thrown this 3 times so far. The first one was pretty short. It only went about 350 feet because it kept slipping out of my hand. The second one was the only throw that I actually had a decent throw with it, and that went about 520. The final throw, or the third throw, not the final one, it went about 425, but it slipped out of my hand again. So it's just really hard for me to get a good grip on this thing to make it fly the way it needs to. And from the first 3 throws, I can already tell that this is a pretty understable disc because I'm not really throwing it that hard, and I'm throwing it flat, and it still wants to drift most of the way off to the left before coming back right. I'm going to put some more power into it and throw it on a little bit of hyzer, and maybe I can get a better grip throwing it on hyzer and making it pop up through the middle. Found the culprit. Know why it doesn't fly far. There's a sticker here. Now that the sticker's gone, it'll do much better. See, it was just the sticker. Okay, so in all seriousness, it wasn't the sticker. This disc just feels that bad in my hand because I got long fingers, so it's really hard for me to get a comfortable grip. Usually my fingers are more bent in than this. I'm having to like really fingertip this disc to get to fly anywhere. So I'm gonna go pretty hard with this one, and as long as I can hit the height and the angle that I need, it should actually fly right, maybe, at least one time for the video. That previous throw went about 530. It just won't go past that because I can't hold on to it. But I'm going to squeeze the life out of it this time, and we're going to see if we can actually make it fly farther. So on that throw, it definitely came out of my hand a lot better than it has been the past couple of times. But as you could tell from the flight, it just popped up and rode to the left the whole time. So it's a severely understable disc. So I'm gonna have to throw it on a lot of hyzer to make it actually do anything. Okay, so while this thing feels horrible to me for backhand, it feels pretty nice forehand. And I know I have a very weak, horrible forehand, and I shouldn't be forehanding distance drivers at all right now. Because the worst thing you can do for yourself and for your form is to just immediately go to distance drivers or overstable disc when you're trying to learn either backhand or forehand. You want to start with lower speed, understable disc. You don't want to be throwing anything above a Undertaker or just a 9-speed in general. If you're trying to learn proper form, you don't need to be doing that because it'll cause bad habits. Like you'll be force flexing everything by throwing it on a lot of anhyzer and making it come back, to where if you use understable disc while you're learning both forehand and backhand, you'll be able to just hyzer flip it, make it S, or just throw it flat and make it S. And there's not really any force to it. It's just your arm speed is developing to the point to where you make that disc fly the way it's meant to fly. But I'm gonna throw a forehand with it anyways, because if I actually do it right, I can manage to get a decent forehand out of it. So we're gonna try this one time and see what the results are. See, I did exactly what I was just saying you shouldn't do. I was trying to throw it flat, but I still ended up chopping it on Anheuser. So it just turned over because I was trying to make the disc work for me instead of letting the disc do what it's meant to do. We're going to try a forehand one more time. That was better. I actually got it flat that time. I'm still working on my forehand. It might be a while before I start doing it in videos, but I don't know what else to do with this disc. It doesn't work backhand for me. Time for a 360 to end the video. That last one went 540 feet. That was a successful 360. Guesstimation is it's still going to be shorter than that 360 instinct was in the last video. So it's probably only going to be like, I don't know, 600 even, maybe not even 600. For the 360, this disc went 610 feet. Still shorter than the instinct. It's really just, it's all around difficult for me to hold on for anything other than backhand. I wouldn't recommend this disc. I mean, if you're a beginner, you shouldn't be throwing a 14 speed anyways. But unless you have shorter fingers or maybe a shorter palm than me, that could be a great disc for you then. But for anyone with longer fingers, this disc is horrible. You can't hold on to it. So that's going to wrap up this video. Thank you guys for watching. Like and subscribe if you're new. I'll see you in the next one. Later.